Hello, students of class 8. How are you all? Hope all are fine. So today we are going to see topic from civics. So this topic we had already discussed in our previous class, that is the organs of Indian government, the legislature. So, in our previous class, we had studied institutions of government, that is, three institutions: the legislature, executive, judiciary, and we had studied the legislature, parliament, about Rajya Sabha, composition, election of Rajya Sabha, qualification for Rajya Sabha members, tenure of Rajya Sabha, the presiding officer, working pattern of Rajya Sabha, isn't it? So today we are going to see the Lok Sabha, okay, that is the House of People. The Lok Sabha is the House of People. It is also called the lower house. So why it is called the House of People? Why? Because people are directly sending the members to lower house, okay, through direct election. So next we'll see the composition of the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is composed of representatives of people chosen by direct election on the basis of adult suffrage. So here you can see Lok Sabha, you can see election is direct election, whereas in Rajya Sabha you have seen indirect election. Okay. So here in Lok Sabha the maximum strength of the house is 552, that is 552. In that 530 members are from state, 20 members are representing union territories, and 2 members of Anglo-Indian community are directly appointed by the president. So, if this community is not adequately representing the house, then president will nominate 2 Anglo-Indians to the Lok Sabha. Okay. So, the Lok Sabha at present, it is consisting of 545 members. Of these, 530 members are directly elected from the states, 13 from union territories, and 2 from the Anglo-Indian community. Okay, so this 2 nomination is directly done by the president. Next we'll see the procedure of election, okay, that is universal adult franchise. So the Lok Sabha is directly elected on the basis of universal adult franchise. So what is this universal adult franchise? So here every citizen of India who is 18 years of age can be a voter to elect the representative of the parliament and the state legislature. So he possesses his right without any discrimination of caste, creed, color, sex, religion, etc. Okay. So as you attain the age of 18, you can also register your name in the voter, and you are eligible for casting the vote. Next we'll go for the qualifications for the Lok Sabha members. So, in order to be chosen as a member of the Lok Sabha, a candidate must be a citizen of India. He should attain the age of 25 years or above, possessing such other qualifications as may be fixed by a law of the parliament, registered as a voter in any of the parliament constituencies. So these are the qualifications for the Lok Sabha members. Next we'll see what are the disqualifications. So disqualifications, like a candidate holds an office of profit at the center or a state. That means a candidate he should not be working under central or state government. Okay. Next is of unsound mind and has been declared so by a competent court. Unsound mind means he should not have any mental problem. Next is an undischarged insolvent, that is he had taken some loan and is not able to pay back, so that a kind of candidate also he cannot stand for Lok Sabha election. Next is proclaimed offender or criminal, so he should not be a criminal also. Next we'll see term for the Lok Sabha. So the term of Lok Sabha is 5 years, but it can be dissolved either by the president on the recommendations of the prime minister. So this had happened with the 11th, 12th and 13th Lok Sabhas, which were dissolved on 4th December 1997, 26th April 1999 and 6th February 2004 also. Even the during the proclamation of emergency, the parliament can be extended also, extended for 1 year and all. So this extension cannot continue beyond 6 months after the proclamation of emergency as ceased to exist. Next we'll see leader of the house. So who is the leader of the house? So the prime minister is the leader of the house. So you can see the picture of the prime minister. So what is his name? Yes, is Mr. Narendra Modi is our prime minister. So in this capacity, he is given a special seat on the treasury benches also. Next we'll see leader of the opposition. So the leader of the second largest political party in the house is recognized as the leader of opposition. So provided the party has at least 1/10 of the total membership of the house under the leader of opposition act of 1977 AD. So this opposition leader, he can also enjoy the same status and facilities as are enjoyed by a cabinet minister. Next we'll see Speaker of the Lok Sabha. So the Lok Sabha elects its own speaker from amongst its members. He or she presides over its sittings. Okay. So the Speaker of the Lok Sabha plays a significant role in the Lok Sabha, and the present Speaker of the Lok Sabha is Om Birla. You can see the picture over here. So, who is the 17th Lok Sabha Speaker? Okay. Next, we'll see the Deputy Speaker. So, Deputy Speaker, there is also a Deputy Speaker in the Lok Sabha. is elected by the members from amongst themselves in the same manner as the speaker is elected. So this deputy speaker, he presides over the meetings of the Lok Sabha and performs the duties of the speaker in his absence. Okay, so whatever the speaker does, same thing deputy speaker also do his work when speaker is not able to come. So now you can see the picture over here, that is Thambi Dore is the deputy speaker now. Okay, is from since 25th May 2019 is the deputy speaker. Next we'll see powers, functions and role of the speaker. So as you know, the present speaker of the Lok Sabha is Om Birla and is the 17th Lok Sabha speaker. Okay, so now we'll see the speaker possesses the following powers and discharges the following functions. That is, the speaker regulate the proceedings and debates the house. He or she decides whether a bill is a money bill or an ordinary bill. To maintain order in the house, he or she may name a member for suspicion, or in case of grave disorder, he or she may adjourn the house also. Next is, the speaker can disqualify a member under the anti-defection law. So these are the powers and discharge of the speaker. Next we'll see the procedure in the legislative house. Okay, so an ordinary bill can be introduced in any of the two houses of parliament, that is Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. The ordinary bill can be introduced by either a minister of the government or any private member of the house. Then, if the bill is passed by a simple majority, then it is sent to the other house. Okay, so from one house to other house it goes. When the bill is passed by the other house, then it will be sent to the president for his assent. If there is disagreement between the two houses on the bill, the president may call for a joint sitting which is presided over by the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Then when the bill is sent to president for his assistant, he has two options, that is, he may assent to the bill or he may send it to the parliament for reconsideration. After that, on receipt of the assistant of the president, the bill becomes an act. Okay, so this is a procedure of a bill. So, a bill relating to imposing, reducing, or repealing of taxes or relating to the expenditure or income, it is known as money bill. So, this money bill can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha with the permission of President of India. Okay, so money bill, it cannot be introduced in Rajya Sabha. It has to be introduced only in Lok Sabha with the permission of President. So hope this topic was clear to you. So everyone recall this again, go through the module once again. Thank you children.